Hello and welcome back to the 7th episode of MEGAQUARIUM on Brutal. Now, to start this off, I'm actually gonna have these guys will be handling what's here now. I might change what crew people are where, or what staff members I mean. I just keep saying crew because, I don't know, it's crew in my eyes, I guess. We'll just create zone 1 for them. There we go, zone 1. And then we're gonna put all of these guys in now, so they can stick to that. 6 guys running the zone, and I'm doing that profitably. As I kind of start getting fish that are harder to feed, or that require a little bit more skill to feed in other zones, I'm probably gonna move the high skill guys out of this zone and just get some new low skill guys, because you don't really need them to be super high skill here. Now I'm just gonna run this for a little while, just see that everything goes smoothly, because you know that's important. Shouldn't kind of move on to the next area before you have sorta, to a certain degree at least, perfected the one you're currently at. Now saving space here for balloons here and there, and some other stuff here and here, for the well, for profits really. And also here I'm gonna put something else, but I have this as like a potential avenue. A 4-lane avenue that I can have something going on this way later. Maybe. Yeah, sorry for a little hiccup there. I had to do something, so I had to pause the recording quickly. Okay, so the profits are really decent. I could just leave this running for a while and I'd have a decent profit to work with, or a decent amount of money to work with. Gift shop -20. Huh. Oh well, I guess they need to be refilled from time to time. So once everything has been researched fish-wise, I'm gonna start looking into what I might be able to add to the tanks that I already have, and what I might want to expand into. This guy's leveled up, so I'll improve his feeding, I guess. Basically, these guys are separated down here. I don't need to touch on their skill levels anymore at the moment. Except it would actually not hurt to have Gale learn feeding. Isaac definitely should be better at stuff. Gale don't need anything else now. So it's a little bit more expensive with the staff, but it's okay because I'm making a good profit. It goes a little bit up and down, but generally the profits are good. Oh, and I have a whole lot of rank 6 fish to to unlock still. So actually I'll be waiting a bit until I have all of them researched, then I will start expanding. So for now, I'm just gonna keep an eye on things and make sure that everything runs well. I think I set it up very nicely so far. It's compact and it's effective. I have what, like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No. 10 tanks, I think? Doesn't matter what I research. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right, 11 tanks. So Harry is leveled up. I'm gonna get him up on feeding a little bit. I'm also kind of preparing these crew members to be just, you know, they're gonna be effective here, and then they're gonna be having some levels to go on later on, so when it's necessary, I can move them to the tougher to feed fish. Because that's going to be necessary at some point. I can't just have hard to feed fish and then have just unskilled feeders on them. That's gonna be bad. Nothing that I have currently is considered hard to feed. So that's good. Nothing in zone 1 is hard to feed. So, you know, I'm just gonna tell you right now, you might want to skip to the next episode, because all I'm gonna do, if anything here this episode, is just make sure that this runs smoothly and make adjustments if required. That's all that's gonna happen for the remaining whatever amount of minutes this episode is. Until I get all this unlocked. So if you don't wanna watch that, I suggest you just skip to the next one, where I will keep expanding. But it's important to know that your operations are running smoothly, and at the moment they are. I could level up these guys slightly more, and that would not be a bad thing. Making profit, it's up and down a little bit, but it's good profit though. Well, there was a negative. Guidebook really expensive. Okay, well, I'll turn it down one more then. The fizzy drink is really expensive. These bitches whine about everything. What do you expect? You're not in a grocery store. You're in a goddamn aquarium. Do you expect it to be grocery store level prices? I mean, come on. That's what you get. Bring your own damn drinks if you don't want to pay. We're not the goddamn cinema, so you're allowed to do that shit. I get that it's a game and they can't actually do that, but still. I'm just spectating right now. I'm just looking at how stuff moves along. And Sao. You know, okay, I'm just gonna rename. I can't pronounce that name. Let's call him Darnell. That's like a cool black guy name, I'd say. Sounds better than Sao, at least. Sao. Sounds fucking Chinese. No, I can't say it right. I'm pretty sure I'm not doing that, at least. And so the waiting game continues. This is how this game goes sometimes. And while I'm waiting for this, just looking, seeing, observing, I'm also gaining money, so that's good. It's not a huge aquarium at all, but it's a effective aquarium, I feel. Now I'm gonna need 1,000 prestige. That's okay. It's okay. So I got sponge here. Gonna make actually a slight adjustment here. And so don't know how I'm going to be doing this yet, but this is just a temporary look for it. So while I'm making sure everything runs smoothly, I can also redo things a little. I'm not going to have the sand because it's just like seems so cheap and bad. I'm going to make it wooden instead. And more harbour side paint inside these areas. On the floor tiles anyway. I'm definitely gonna roll off that because it looks kinda ugly if not. Not to the guests, they don't care, but I care. I think I'm actually kind of pleased with this this aquarium so far. I think I've set up a pretty decent aquarium. Now let's just see if I can actually make it to rank 12. Because stuff might happen as soon as you start expanding and you go a little bit too far. And, you know. Oh god damn! Don't start smoking. It's not good for you. Just saying. Like Jesus. Yeah, so the idea here is that I'm gonna have a couple of sponges here as well. Put out some broom stands. They're not really required that often because most of these idiots are able to bloody put the garbage in the bins. Most of them. So much so that I'm actually thinking I won't actually do that. Because I want to have room for other things later. So that's a tiny adjustment. That didn't really affect any of the other stuff around here. This water quality level keeps sufficient. Everything stays good. Might have a little bit too much machinery on this loop here, but yeah, whatever, it's fine. I mean, it's not like it's costing me too much to maintain it. I actually lost money one day there. Okay, well, that's fine. Now, before I expand, I actually think I'm gonna need to just get a little bit more money. So Isaac has leveled up. I'm gonna go with feeding. We don't really need to go for anything, but I'm gonna have them on like level 4, just be, you know, adequate. Should be no negative prestige right now going on. Good. I don't think, did any fish die and hurt my base prestige? Oh yeah, they did. These 2 tanks died. Right. Okay, but you know, they're not worth much prestige. What's that like? I lost maximum like 21 base prestige. I don't know how that works. I tried googling it to find out, but I didn't find any damn explanation on it. So yeah, well, I'm gonna go feeding on this guy first. So maybe to get the feeding done and then I start doing the repairs, and it is all good. I had a Belfast tank available now. Doesn't mean that I should go for it. Not yet, anyway. What I'm thinking I'm gonna do is make some corner tanks over here. And kinda have the zone, just make like a circular zone area here. Then I'll make something here that kinda connects to it or something. I don't know, because you kinda want them to walk, like they can come in here, check this out, and then move this way. And you can have them walk around here and put some arrows. I don't know, like I'm gonna have to configure that a little bit as I go along. Some days are going in loss, but that's because nothing's being sold here, and it was a little bit bad turnout that day. It was just a little bit better turnout. I would have made 4 if one guy more came along, and I would have made $4 more, or made $4 instead of lose 76. But overall, cash is increasing. So I am happy with the way things are looking right now. As you can see, the crew, I don't even need this much crew, but now they are at least on top of everything, and I'll have some trained staff for later when I need to move them to fish that require more. So it's good that they're staying on top of things. However, they're getting a little bit more and more expensive doing so. That's fine, however. Another level up. Let's go for fixing this guy. So he increased with $8. That's not too bad. So I can level up Harry quite a bit, I think, and I'll be not worse off for it. Just gonna have a look at my crew guys there now. Talents. No. Let's see. So he's plus 11, plus 13. That's a good. That's good. Oh wow, plus 23. That's damn good. Plus 5. That's decent. Minus 5. That's not so good. Plus 6. Okay. Plus 8. Yeah, sure. Not that concerned about cleaning though, as long as I got bins. It's mainly the toilets that need to be cleaned. I should go fairly fast. Gift shop plus 3. Oh nice, this guy's good at feeding. Really good at feeding. We got this guy. Kind of lackluster. But he's cheap. So that kind of makes up for it. Plus 7 to this guy, I'd say it's like average. I mean, it's the first guy you have waiting. It's like employee number 1 on the list when you start the game, so. At least when I started the game. I don't know if the same guys all the time, but I think so, because I always recognize the names, like they seem to be in the same order. Okay, we're getting down to being fully researched here. I think, honestly, after I've researched it all right now, I'm just gonna let this run for a while, and I'll come back in later in the day. So that I have more capital to work with. Because that means that I can build bigger here. And just kind of go for something big right away. Which is risky to do, I will admit. Like I'm seeing now, like, when are they done with feeding? Like now, basically. Oh, 14:30-ish. No, okay, well 50. Well, I can level them up a little bit more, and then I can replace them with lower level guys later when I kind of set up this area here. And then level up the lower level guys, and it should be fine. And I kind of need to, you need to move the crew around to be effective. I think, because if you start out with low level guys on more demanding tasks, then yeah, it kind of just stands to reason it's not going to be too good. And particularly on Brutal, you will be punished for doing things that aren't particularly good. If you just do something to do it, and you don't really have a plan with it, that can backfire real quick and start spiraling out of control. Alright, I was, of course, I was gonna make some changes to these aquariums, so now I have another thing. Oh, come on! Why does it move like that? I'm just mad at all, but I have to get a new separate moray. What am I looking for? Right. Pitted column. I won't need as many of those to kinda... So that's like less space occupied for more effect. 2 of these equals 3 of the other ones. So what I'm gonna do is just do so. As such, and yeah, I'll have it like that, and that should should be okay. I'll even put in an ancient gate here, since I have them available now. And a net. And a net. Then I'll start thinking about putting in some, well, I like to have a little bit of rocks added, just like tiny rocks here. When I do this, just so it seems a little bit more natural. I mean, it's never going to look really natural in this system, but you can try. I'm going to have this feather chimera grass. Okay, so that's that tank changed up and taken care of. Now I'll do this tank. Simply because of pitted columns. I'm not going to be bothering too much with the other tanks. Actually, I want to move this one a little bit. Just put it like so. 24 out of 30, so I need another 7. Rocky overhang is 8. So that should work nicely. But also here put in some just net in the background. Maybe throw in a pirate chest. I think they look, I don't know. Not a big fan of the pirate chests. I think they look kind of silly. A little bit childish maybe. But hey, that's my opinion, and who gives a shit about that, right? Yeah. Actually looks worse now than it did before, but oh well. This can just remain, yeah, it's just basically those two. I wanted to have those rock columns. So, on we go. See, this is what I'm saying, like these eels, man. These eels. Just, I believe I mentioned this earlier, but they just respawn in the middle of the tank, swim and respawn and just kind of teleport back to the middle. As you can see, and it looks really ridiculous, to be honest. Like, it's not a good look. Oh, someone know it, this is good. Yeah, well, that's fine. So I have a couple of larger of these, that's fine. It's absolutely fine. Oh, right, and I need to just, you need to keep on top of your zones a little. You need to make sure that you keep, if you keep expanding, you also keep expanding your zones with your expansion. Darnell leveled up. Oh, his fixing skill is actually not too bad. I'm gonna give him one more on feeding then. Wait, I mean Sayo. Is this a black guy? I mean, he looks black. I don't think there are Asian people in here. Oh, sorry for the jump again there. I had to go to the toilet, so, you know, pause the game. I mean the recording. And I just realized I don't even really need to inform you of that, and you might be better off without knowing that information. But yeah, okay. That's not quite how it transpired. And I'm not going to do any recording again to just, you know, not be saying that, so that's how it is. Oh, I noticed I've overlooked this place. And now I haven't. I it looks good. It looks like it's they're handling it. Just a little bit slow on the feeding here. No, really, almost just in time. So it looks like these people are able to handle this. I might actually not want to move this crew away from her. Oh, see, that's like fucking hell. No matter how you do that, it's not gonna be optimal. That's brutal. You know, it's just... You're gonna have to compromise a little bit on such things, and then make the best out of the compromises. Oh, no way, you look stressed. What the heck are you talking about? And on Brutal, you really don't want to have more, like, just go for one full tank with 7 of the fish. Why? Because if you put up another tank with more of the same fish, you don't really like to get the... Just have the prestige guaranteed in one tank. It's my suggestion, because otherwise you're gonna have to pay for food for having them in 2 tanks, and you're gonna have to pay for crew to feed more fish than necessary, and it's just... doesn't work that well on Brutal. You can do it for just fun and if you like to, and just want your aquarium to look this and that way, and you know, on other difficulties, but on Brutal you will be punished for that. You will go bankrupt for that. So I would say don't do it. Okay, we're getting close to the this one here being fully researched. So what I'm gonna do after this, I'm gonna play the waiting game. So the next episode I will have more money and a lot of days will have passed, and I'm not gonna sit there and show you that on YouTube because that's boring. So yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with how this has turned out. Oh, actually, gonna make some slight changes. Just some slight ones, like so. Put in an anchor. And in here, I'll put in a barrel or some crap. I don't know, just something. To have a little bit of variety. No, I'll put in a treasure chest actually. Woohoo. Them tough life decisions, man. Okay, we've got another level up here. And he's now level 4 on feeding, man. This guy is pretty good. Got some good skills, yo. Oh, so it was the refill day. Let's see how much I make the next day when it's not the refill day. Well, it's not a set day for refill, but that's the day they refilled it apparently. And it costs 150 to fully refill one of these. So this math doesn't make sense to me. Oh yeah, next day, whatever, I'm not even gonna look. There's some user interface stuff that aren't adding up mathematically when it comes to the economical part there, so I'm not even gonna concern myself with that. I'm just gonna look at the results, because the sum matters, and the equation you can't do because you have the wrong information to do it, so here we are. Anyway, I'm gonna say thanks for watching. Let's see if we're, gonna leave this running for a few hours, and I'll come back and I'll start recording some more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Peace out.